Buenos dias. Hello everyone. Magandang hapon. Buenas tardes. Welcome to Home Away from Home. We are here in Madrid, Spain, at the studio of Filipina-Spanish actress Alexandra Masangkay here at Plato 24. Thank you, Alexandra, for having us here. And yeah, very happy to sit down with you and know more about your story and journey as an actress and as a creative.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me and for coming here and visiting our space.
Yeah, we're very happy to be here and very proud of what you are accomplishing. Alexandra is a Filipino-Spanish actress, born and raised in Barcelona, and now paving the way for multicultural artists here in Europe. Alexandra, tell us, how did you grow up as a Filipino Spaniard and how did both cultures influence you?
I was born and raised in Barcelona, and this is a great place because we have this strong Filipino community. I studied in the Escuelang Pinoy when I was little, and this is really good for someone that, was born in a city, but its roots, it's from somewhere else. So in this case, it was really important for my identity. Well, my context was Catalan and Spanish, but when I was home, the food that I ate, the language that I also listened to was Filipino. And well, my parents are Filipinos, so I'm really grateful to grow up in a city where I could have a community.
That's really impressive that you were very much exposed to the culture growing up, being born and growing up here in Spain. Now, can you share how your parents started here, where they originally come from in the Philippines?
I always have to ask my parents so many times about their story, but I like to ask them because it's really inspirational for me. My mom and my dad are from Mabini, Batangas.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my mom came to Barcelona and she was only 20 years old, and I think was really, really brave. Because you're moving to different country that speaks different language and you're just too young, And I always ask her about her story because in the future, I think I want to tell her story. I don't know. These kind of projects that you want to do in the future, but you need time and you need to really dedicate time for it. Because when I was little, they were always telling me that, we have sacrificed our lives in the Philippines so you can have a good future. And now when I was 30 years old, I wanted, sit with her and talk to her and ask her, please tell me why you decided to leave the Philippines. Because you always told me, of course, it was for me, but in the beginning, I wasn't there. You were only 20, It's like, what happened to your mind? And she told me that this was really, really beautiful. She told me that she wanted to live something else, to have different experiences. Of course, it wasn't a need because they are from a beautiful town in Batangas, but it's really humble. Yeah, it's really simple. But it wasn't only because they needed, the family needed. It was because she needs it on that time to live something else outside the Philippines. And that really gave me a different perspective of my mother. And then after that, she spent 7 years working in Catalonia. She couldn't go back to the Philippines after 7 years. And then 2 years after, I think my mom and dad married in the Philippines.
Now, how was it like growing up in Barcelona? You mentioned your Filipino influences was very strong because of the community and also growing up in a different country, right? With different influences.
I think when you're a kid, you don't think too much about it. I think it's when you grow up and you start to feel like something is not how you expect it to be. In Barcelona also is a city where it's multicultural, there's a lot of people from different countries, and I studied in a school where there were people from China, from Pakistan, Marruecos, So I was really used to be with people from different places and to not be asked about where I am. That was my base. And then suddenly when I grew up and got matured, and there were people that were always asking me where I was from, and that was strange for me because, I feel that I am from here because I was born here and I studied here, raised here. I also feel that I'm Filipina. I'm not the kind of person that feels that I have to choose which side I am.
Very well said. You know why? Because a lot of Filipinos, a lot of, I would say, colored people go through that when they move to another country. What more if you were born and raised in a different country? So something we experience when we move abroad is something you've experienced when you were growing up or when you became an adult. Something we definitely share with you because, of course, even if you speak the language, especially in North America, for instance, a lot of Filipinos speak the same language, English, for instance, they will still be different.
My first language is Spanish.
Exactly.
And Catalan. My Tagalog is really awful. I mean, I can understand it, but the problem is I'm not using it. So that's why I'm trying to speak with my parents every time with them. Every time I speak with them, it's like I'm trying to do my Tagalog. It's really funny because I have this Batangas accent.
Oh, wow.
And I want to keep it because it's like, I know, I love it.
Original Tagalog.
Yes.
My parents actually are also from Batangas.
Oh, really?
Santo Tomas.
Oh, Santo Tomas.
It's the first town after Manila, after Laguna. We have here a fellow Batangueño. Batangueña here.
Ano ga?
Ano ga? Alae.
Ano ga are?
Abay, oh. It's really interesting to see that experience, right? Through Filipinos who have moved abroad, but also through the second and third generation Filipinos like Alexandra here. So yeah, really, really happy to see whenever we have these shared experiences amongst Filipinos, Asians, and people of color. Alexandra, tell us about your experiences in the Philippines. When were your first trips to the Philippines? And tell us about those memorable journeys and experiences.
I think my first time in the Philippines, I was really, really young.
Yeah.
I was only 2 years old, so I just can't remember anything about it. But I can remember when I went on my 13s, yeah. I think because I was more conscious, probably is when you start to question some things. And I loved being in the Philippines. I couldn't describe this. It's really weird because every time when I get up to the airport and I see the city, I felt it so familiar. And it's not because I didn't grow up there, you know, and the city is completely different from Barcelona. But the feeling is like I'm part of this and I don't know how and why, you know, but it's like it's in me. And the beautiful things I love when I was there on that time was to spend time with my cousins, you know, to walk around the town with my chinilas, drinking Coca-Cola on a plastic bag, ice cream, and I think to spend time with my Lola and Lolo on that time. And my nanay, she died when she was 104, I think. And I think that was the difference, right? Because to be part of Mabini, I think, is that we have all the nature around us. It's not like living in a city of the Philippines, like in Barcelona. So it was really special.
Because yeah, it's refreshing when you have a province to go to.
That.
So it's kind of like having a province but abroad, right? From Barcelona to Batangas.
Totally.
And being an adult, you've of course traveled to the Philippines. Tell us about the destinations you visited and your experiences there, the memories of your trips as an adult.
I always go back to Mabini, of course, to visit the family. But yeah, I was in Puerto Princesa. I didn't have the chance to visit a lot of the Philippines because I didn't have time. But I could go to Puerto Princesa and I loved it. I went to Manila, of course, but I want to go to Manila and, you know, like really visit the city and explore more about the Spanish places, the influence, right? Yeah, I went to Baler.
Okay.
Because of the film that we did, the 1898 Last Man in the Philippines. After I shoot the film, I wanted to discover and see Baler and the church and everything, and it was really beautiful.
Did you see the surfing culture in Baler? It's amazing.
Yeah. We did surf on that time. I didn't really discover it. So every time I go to the Philippines, it's like a new experience. So it's really weird for me, you know, to see other parts of the Philippines every time. It's weird, but it's really exciting. Yeah. So I still have a lot to do because there's 7,000 islands.
Exactly.
So I still have time.
7,600 islands, definitely. You have a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And yes, if you have any recommendation for Alexandra to travel, let us know where she should travel next in the Philippines.
Please.